So welcome to the articles in our equinox newsletter, our autumn equinox newsletter for the people who are moving too quickly and need it read rather than need it to read themselves, or perhaps just want to do that fabulous success strategy of 2 jobs in one. So I like at this time of year to do lots of the harvest while I'm listening to great things like these articles. We're chopping apples and preserving them. We're preserving lots of vitamin C from the quince and the sea buckthorn. We're doing loads of harvesting and preserving at this time of year, and we can listen to things we love, and nurture ourselves on lots of levels. So this article is The Courage to Change, Why Transformation So Often Fails and how we can work it, how we can make it last. How do you make change really last? So many of us say that we want change. Yeah, we want a new role, we want a healthier body, we want a new diet, we want a new way of working. But what often happens is there's a big burst of, yay, I'm going to change this, that, do it differently. And of course, the old habits slip in. And if change was as simple as deciding what we wanted, then we wouldn't struggle with the self-sabotage, with the old patterns creeping back in. And the reason for this is that true change has to go way beneath the surface. So real change has to sink into all our levels of being. We have to embody the change. Indigo Brave, we often talk about the physical level, emotional, mental, and big picture. That top level, which is your connection to whatever big picture you see. How do you fit into something bigger than you? Perhaps nature, your ancestors, perhaps a spiritual connection, perhaps a faith. It doesn't matter what that connection is. It's just something which places you within a systemic field which is larger than you. So how do we do this? How do we allow ourselves to get the change deeply within each one of our systems to really make sure we're looking at the subconscious and unconscious reasons we don't change? Because they're often the ones that are most difficult. So let's take weight loss as an example. How many people have you known in your life who've lost loads of weight and put it all back on again? You know, they change from the surface, but they're not changing in those deep levels of what drove them to gain weight in the first place. Same is true in leadership. So one of my clients at the moment has been struggling for a new job, very, very much want a new job, but it wasn't appearing quickly. And when we dug into that a little bit about what she believed about new jobs, we started to find some belief systems that were, shall we say, toxic to her new job. So really, it wasn't about a new job. She didn't really want a new job. What she wanted was the same job, but for her company to change. She wanted the same job, not a new job, and was expecting to find exactly that out there, but with a healthy team and a healthy organization around it instead of the toxic situation that she was in. And that's a very difficult ask, because step one, you have to ask yourself, why did I step in to this toxic team? Why did I say yes to this organization that I can now see is flawed and has some systemic issues in this organization? And that's a big ask. It's a big question. And then we had to do some work on, okay, so if I say, why did I choose this toxicity? Why did I choose this flawed system? We start to see what inside ourselves is that. What is toxic? What am I repeating from an old system, an old belief that I am carrying with me? And you can get a sense of the size of the job. So once she changed those patterns, once those patterns had been addressed, recognized, owned within her own system and the systems that she had come from, then she could put out a new request. She could put out a frequency in the quantum field, which was actually vibrating at the job she really wanted, which was not the old job with the old her. It was the new job with the new her. And I'm very, very pleased to report that she got a fantastic job, which she is thoroughly enjoying. But it was a long process, and sure, it doesn't happen overnight. So, to truly change, we have to have the courage to confront what lies beneath the surface of our desire to change. What safe old patterns are we wanting to keep going, even if they don't serve us? Can we pick up our inner child? Can we look at what they might be asking for in terms of comfort, in terms of old ways of feeling safe? Because safety is in the known, it's in the old. Even when it's toxic, to part of us, it can feel safe. And can we look at our limbic system? Can we dig into these unconscious beliefs? Can we have the courage to really unpack what we believe we are, who we believe we are, and what our reticular activating system is currently showing us to be true? Yeah. You know, it's a very old part of the brain. Remember, you'll have seen this in lots of other bits of Indigo Bray's work. It's an old part of the brain. It's part of our limbic system. It doesn't really deal with language. It deals with symbol and non-discursive symbology. And it's basically saying, you tell me who you are, and I'll show you that it's true. So, who do you really want to be? And how are you going to get the courage to hack in to that limbic system, to let that system know that you're ready for change? You truly want change. You're ready for a new identity on all those levels, not just to take action, but to look where the action isn't sticking and to know that that's a belief system. That's an unconscious thought. That's a call for safety from your deep, deep emotional being. Sure, it's not easy, but if you want it, it can be done. And at the equinox, at this magical portal time of the earth coming into balance, it's a really strong moment to have the courage to be new. There's a lot of different energies at this equinox as well in 2025. There's a lot happening. So it's a very powerful moment to bring yourself into balance with the cosmos and go, yeah, I choose the new. I choose the new me. Can you embody the new you to its deepest level? And if all this seems a bit overwhelming, then we're going to explore these questions and find some fabulous answers together in our coaching campfire circles, which is a really safe and nurturing space to share some wisdom, to get some new ideas, to reflect deeply, and to find our own inner balance within a community. Yeah, we're definitely not designed to do this alone. We're designed to very much do this in circles, sitting around a campfire and really embracing the wisdom. So you can join for free, join our Firelight Circle, see if it's for you, or you can dive in at a deeper level. If you know this is what you want already, then get in touch and we'll see if our Ignite Circle is right for you. See if you're right for it and whether you're ready to ignite the passion for life. Oh, thank you for listening. See you soon.